Hi guys, this is MicheleMarieDalene, North American Snow Green, and I've been trying to do this video demonstration now for a while, and I kept running into technical mites. So let's get to it. This is my razor. This is the Micro Touch one. It is a standard butterfly safety razor, and what I want to show you is there's a neat little hack that may be of use to you if you happen to need something a little more aggressive. But I'm going to remind you right now that this is not the way it's supposed to be used. But if you normally, when you are done sitting the blade in, it opens like that. Okay, that's blade in, and you close the door, and you turn the knob until it stops. Okay, that's the way you're supposed to use it. Well, it turns out that sometimes if you turn the control just a tiny bit, you can see the blade goes up and down just a tiny bit, to maximum ouch. You want to just keep it. So if you really, you want to use it just much that way, because that's just like major ouch. It's more blade than the guard. So, but if you need it for a really tough beard spot, this will do it for you. I also want to talk about the mistakes that one guy on YouTube mentioned about this razor. He was blasting it because of this reason. I'm going to tell you right now what he said. He said, it sucks. He said that after a while, the mechanism fails to work. Well, let me take the first moment to explain to you one mistake that some people do, and they don't really think about it, is they either over-tighten this control and strips the threads on the screw, which is made out of brass, which obviously is bad, which is probably what happened. Because you can see, as I open the razor, you can see that there's a screw here. It raises and lowers the blade mechanism. Okay, so you don't want to turn it too hard because it will ruin it. Just snug with your fingers. Just gentle finger snug this. Okay, that's the way it's supposed to be used. Okay. The next thing I wanted to point out to you, especially for those first timers who've never used a safety razor like this, is you can use. I usually, for my cartridge razor, I usually use Noxzema to shave. The problem with Noxzema is it's kind of heavy. A moisturizing Noxzema works better, which I can't seem to find right now. And I used that because I didn't want to use men's shaving cream because that stuff smells kind of like. But I found some solutions to it, and I'm going to talk about. One of the things is you can now buy shaving soaps that are universal. In other words, they're not overpowering men's smells, and they're not overpowering women's smells. And you can also get ones that are specifically scented for female or scented for men. So you can choose the one that you like. Okay. I tend to think that if you're in a pinch, regular Ivory Bar soap does a great job. Ivory Bar soap is, it doesn't make a super heavy lather. It does, of course, remove hair. Unlike the Noxzema, I think Noxzema might be used for me as a aftershave more than a pre-shave or a shaving gel, because I think it works better for that purpose. That is subjective. Blades, I find that these Dorco blades, which are the ST300s, actually are pretty decent. I don't have a problem with them. They're very sharp. This blade I've used several times because I have such fine hair. It doesn't really do much damage. But I want to talk about safety of these guys, because these things are nuts. They are so sharp they will hurt you if you're careless. First of all, why are cartridge razor blades so horrible is that they don't have a very fine edge on them, because the blade itself, if you take one of those blades apart, you'll find that the blade itself is a bit thicker up here, and then they grind the end down to make it thin, a paper thin blade like this. But if you actually Look at this razor here. I don't know much about the material or how thin this is. But this is almost paper thin. But it's also wicked sharp. I was doing this demonstration on an earlier video, and I didn't get a chance to show you how sharp it is. If I take a razor blade, I'm going to put it on my no pressure. It'll do that. And that is just using the tip of the blade without really any force. And it slices through paper towel. Granted, paper towel is a little bit heavier than my hair on my face. But, oh yeah, another scary thing. Let's talk about disposal of these blades. When you're done with these blades, do not just toss these in the garbage can. Because if for some reason you, or your children, or your pets go into your garbage can, you're not going to know that the blades are there, and you're going to probably cut yourself up pretty bad. If you are a diabetic, I'm not, but if you are anybody who uses injectable medication or lancets, this is going to apply to you too. If you got a sharps container, where you put your sharp needle tips or lancet points or whatever, place this in your container. And that way it'll be safer to dispose of. Somebody suggested snapping the blade in half. You don't have to do that, but if you do have the paper sleeve it came in, put it back in the paper sleeve and make sure it's sealed, and then just put it in the garbage. It'll be much safer to grab with. Now, when you place it into the razor, you place it on the post like that. Okay? Now, close the handle until it stops. No more. Do not twist it any harder than that. You don't have to, and if you do, you're going to strip it. Okay? So you're just going to finger tight. You don't want to, you're not tightening lug nuts on a car tire. Okay? And that will give you a really great shave. And I'm telling you from personal experience today. I used this thing this afternoon with regular bar soap. I got an excellent shave because this morning I was in a hurry and I used the cartridge razor and I used the standard Maxima regimen I've been using for the past 20 years. And what happened is the Maxima was not giving me the kind of sharpness, the kind of results that I want with the cartridge razor. But when I came home, because I bought the Von der Hagen shaving brush and bowl and the shaving soap, I didn't use the soap, I just used bar soap to make the lather. It got a good clean shave. Very nice. I don't know anything about the different terms of shaving. I don't know what a darn fine shave is. I don't know what a baby butt smooth is. I definitely would say, from what I do know, which is not much, it definitely was a darn fine shave, but I wouldn't say it was baby butt smooth. Because I wasn't trying to go for baby butt smooth. I was just trying to clean up and, go ahead and using the razor. Now, speaking of blade maintenance, I want to talk about this real quick. Sometimes your razor is going to get full of crud from using it, and same with the blade. If you take a piece of paper towel, because blade's really sharp, please exercise due diligence. And if you gently wipe this down, okay, and get all the crud off it, it's going to make it work a lot better as well. Okay. Then you do the same thing in the razor. If you look inside the razor and you see, I did miss a spot. If you see that you got some garbage in here, just gently rub it down with the razor. With the paper towel is fine. Maybe in a piece of toilet paper. Make sure you don't have to get too much paper bits in there. Okay. Posts, guides, everything. Close it up. Make sure it's clean on the outside. Make sure that This is especially important if it's an open comb, but it's just not. This is a closed comb, but same thing. You want to see, you got that nice clean here. Open the razor blade. How do you know when a razor blade is dull? When you feel like you're not getting a good cut out of the blade, that's when you should toss it. If you don't have much hair, like I don't really have a lot, you probably can get maybe about 15, 20 shaves out of this blade. If you get heavy beard growth, you're going to need to replace it much more often. It's because razor blades are, unfortunately, when you're trying to cut through heavy beard, it tends to be like trying to cut through a tree with an axe. It just takes a lot of work, and it damages, the blade, and eventually you just gotta replace them. So just remember what I said: finger tight, not too much. You don't have to wrench it tight. It's not like nuts in a car. Okay, if you need a little more edge, just turn it up just a tiny bit. More blade will be raising up, and you can still cut more whiskers if you don't need that much control or aggressiveness. Just stuck it up, and it'll be ready to go. Also, try to keep the razor clean. It'll make it happy for you. Make sure the blade's clean. And please keep this out of reach of children. And most important is when you throw the blade away, either A, throw it in your Sherps container, like where you throw your, insulin needles or your Lancets if you are diabetic or you're using the other kind of medication like that, or you can even make your own container. What would a container be for a Sherps container? A soda bottle. A soda bottle would be fine. Oh, but Michelle, in Connecticut, that means I'm not going to be able to get my nickel. Really? Is that what they told you? Do you rather worry about 5 freaking cents for a soda bottle versus having to send a child to the emergency room, which could cost you up to $400+? I'd rather deal with the 5-cent loss than $400+ loss because somebody gets hurt. So it's up to you. Priority. And also, lastly, is the angle of attack. Is you want to gently pull down. You don't want to go too hard. I'm just doing it over here. I'm doing a dry shave. When you feel the blade gently going against the skin, take your time. Don't rush through and trying to being a hero and trying to rush in. Okay? And when you do that, the way I just did it here, you probably can't see it, but there's actually hair now in that razor blade. So, because that was a dry shave, so you really are not going to have the same issue with having moist facial cream and all that stuff in there. But if it was a wet shave, I would do is, like I said, just open it up, take out the blade, wipe it down, and then put it back away in here. And that way you know where it is. So that's just a suggestion. Oh, yeah. If you want some, there are some available ladies' shaving soaps, as well as men's shaving soaps, and also shaving soaps that may appeal to both men and women on many shaving sites. So if you find something you want, I'm going to be trying the Winter Garden, and I'm also going to try the Alpine Snow shaving soaps. Well, I'm a North American snow queen, so obviously I want to have a shaving soap that's going to smell like winter because it's my favorite season, and would make me very happy to have something that is closer to what I'm comfortable with. And I thank you all for watching this. And I did try to do this several times earlier, and I kept screwing up. And so I decided to keep trying again and again and again until I got it right. When we get back home, which will probably be before the end of this week, we will be doing a shaving demonstration with the Von der Hagen shaving soap kit and the soap it comes with, as well as maybe I'll show you a demonstration of using ivory bar soap, which is pretty much pretty close to the same thing. It just doesn't make a good lather, as much of a lather as the Van der Hagen should make. So I'm going to try the Van der Hagen soap and see how that does when I get back to the apartment. And it'll be easier for us to set up the camera on a tripod and show you that demonstration. We don't even have to do it in the bathroom because of the fact that I don't use the mirror. Some people use the mirror to shave. I don't. I just go by touch. So I could do the same shaving demonstration maybe in the main studio, and I could show you the whole process. Just make sure to bring a bowl of fresh clean water in and just set up and show you how to do it. We'll do that. Maybe it might be a good idea to show you that anyway, in case you ever need to shave and you don't have access to running water, is how to do it and do it safely. I've also shaved when I was camping with cold water and ivory bar soap, so I do know some ways to get away with razor to work without ruining my face and without having to worry about a lack of hot water. And because it does happen sometimes when you're camping, you're gonna have gonna watch your water supply, which is certainly important for people in California and the Southwest, which right now are still in a drought, very significant drought. Of course, here in the New England area, we have plenty of water. We're not exactly short. All right, so for now, that's it for now. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.